Right now, while you're watching this, your money is losing a race you didn't even know you entered. Every dollar just sitting in a checking account is quietly getting smaller. Not because someone's stealing it, but because of inflation. And inflation doesn't care about your feelings. If you're between 18 and 25 and you've ever wanted to build real wealth but had no idea where to start, stay right here. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact path most quiet millionaires actually took. No hype, no get-rich-quick promises. Just the slow, reliable machine that's been building fortunes for almost 100 years. Quick, honest note before we go further. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a cartoon in a sparkly dress. The only reason I have this job is that my dad owns the building, and he felt bad firing the last narrator. So treat everything I say as education, not personal advice. When real money is on the line, talk to a licensed professional who has a last name and a license number. Cool? Cool. Let's get into it. Let's clear up what investing even means, because the word gets thrown around like everybody was born knowing it. Investing is simply buying a piece of something that grows in value over time. When you buy a stock, you own a tiny slice of a real company. If that company does well, your slice becomes worth more. The problem is, picking one single winning company is hard. Even the experts get it wrong constantly. So here's the smarter move. Instead of betting on one company, you buy a tiny piece of the 500 biggest companies in America all at once. That bundle has a name. It's called the S&P 500. Picture Tobin standing in front of 500 doors. Behind each door is a different company. Apple, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, the whole lineup. Instead of guessing which single door is the winner, Tobin just buys a key to all 500 at the same time. If a few companies fail, who cares? The other ones carry the weight. That's the entire magic of an index fund. You stop guessing and you start owning the whole game. Hold on, freeze. I can feel some of you reaching for the back button, thinking this is only for people who already have money. Keep that thought, because in a minute, I'm going to prove that $5 still beats zero. Stay with me. Now, here's the number that changes everything. Over the long run, the S&P 500 has returned about 10% per year on average. Some years, it jumps way up. Some years, it drops hard. But stretched across decades, that average has held remarkably steady. 10% might not sound exciting. It's not a lottery ticket. But pair it with time, and it turns into something almost unfair. Let's run the kind of experiment that blows up on this app constantly. Say Tobin invests $200 every single month into a simple S&P 500 index fund. He doesn't touch it. He doesn't panic. He just keeps feeding it. After 10 years, he's put in $24,000 of his own money. But because of growth, the account is worth closer to $41,000. After 30 years, his own contributions total $72,000. The account, though, is sitting near $450,000. He didn't get lucky. He didn't pick the perfect stock. He just refused to stop. The force doing all this heavy lifting has a name: compounding. It means your money earns money, and then that new money starts earning money too. It's a snowball. At the top of the hill, it's pathetic and tiny. You almost feel silly pushing it. But every roll makes it bigger, and a bigger snowball grabs more snow faster. The people who win at this are almost never the smartest in the room. They're just the ones who started early and stayed in their seat. One thing that quietly decides who wins: fees. every fund charges a small yearly fee called an expense ratio. It sounds tiny, 0.3% here, 1% there. But over 30 years, a high-fee fund can quietly eat a massive chunk of your gains without you ever feeling it. This is exactly why beginners love low-cost index funds. Many charge less than 0.1%. Tobin learned this the hard way once. He paid a fancy fund manager a fat fee for years and still got worse results than the cheap, boring fund his cousin used. Keep your fees low and let the index do the work. Now, let's talk about the smartest container to hold all of this, because where you invest matters almost as much as what you invest in. Meet the Roth IRA. Think of it as a special bucket the government lets you use. You put in money that's already been taxed, then it grows. And here's the beautiful part. When you finally take it out in retirement, you pay zero tax on all of that growth. None. For 2026, you're allowed to put in up to $7,500 a year if you're under 50. You don't need to hit that number. You just need to start. Picture two versions of Tobin side by side. Regular Tobin invests in a normal account, and every time his money grows, the tax man takes a bite. Roth Tobin invests inside that special bucket, and decades later, he walks away with the entire pile, untouched. Same money going in, wildly different money coming out. The only difference was the container he chose. So, how do you actually begin? Honestly, it's far less dramatic than the internet makes it look. Step 1. Open an account with a reputable brokerage. Step 2. Set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just $20 a payday. Step 3. Buy a broad S&P 500 index fund. Step 4, and this is the hard one, leave it alone. Automate the whole thing so the decision gets made once and never again. The goal is to make investing as boring and automatic as paying your phone bill. Let's cover the traps, because dodging the dumb mistakes matters more than finding the perfect pick. Mistake 1, waiting for the perfect moment. The market is never going to text you the all clear. The best day to start was years ago. The second best day is today. Mistake 2, panic selling the second the market dips. A drop isn't a fire. For a long-term investor, a dip is just everything going on sale. Mistake 3, chasing whatever loud stranger online is screaming about this week. Boring and steady quietly beats exciting and broke almost every single time. Real quick, if any of this is finally making the whole investing thing click, do me one tiny favor and tap that like button. It tells the algorithm to push this to the next confused 20-year-old who still thinks the stock market is a casino. You'd be doing them an actual favor. Okay, back to your future fortune. Now, back to the promise I made you. What if you genuinely only have a little? Here's the truth nobody with something to sell wants to say out loud. The exact dollar amount matters way less than the habit. Someone who invests $20 every payday for 30 years without fail will almost always end up ahead of someone who waits to invest big and never quite gets around to it. Consistency is the real cheat code. And if you want to see what your own number could turn into, that's the whole reason our compound growth calculators exist. Drop in your real amount and watch what time does to it. Listen, I'm a cartoon who got this job through pure nepotism, but even I can tell you this. The best time to plant this tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is the second this video ends. So before you click away and let life distract you all over again, check out the ebooks linked below. They're basically this video with the lights on and a snack. Run your numbers through our financial calculators because guessing is for people who enjoy being broke. And that related video up here walks you through opening your very first brokerage account, step by step. I'm Biscuits J, reminding you that your future self is watching. Try not to embarrass them. See you in the next one.